Right, we're leaving the funeral of the Deputy Minister for a short while. There's developments coming out of KwaZulu-Natal. A planned robbery in Isipingo, apparently foiled by police, that initially saw 7 suspects shot dead. It's an active scene, and our reporter Mlungisi Khumalo is monitoring the developments there. Mlu, what's the latest?
Yes, Glenn, we can confirm to you that the figure has now risen to 9 suspects that have been killed by the KZN SABC. Now, you also recall, Glenn, that when I was doing my crossing earlier on in the morning, I actually said to you that I could literally hear gunshots, and those gunshots were actually between the suspects and the SABC. And from that gunshot alone, we were now being able to maintain that 2 of the suspects were now killed just 5 minutes ago. Now, this gunshots or the gunfire that's ensued actually just took about 3 minutes from where I'm currently standing. And I'm also where the scene is actually still currently active. Just there ahead of me, you can actually just see one of the suspects was gunned down by the police. Now, according to the police, they were tipped off at about 1 a.m. in the early hours of the morning. The crime intelligence were tipped off that a number of suspects, about 20 of them, had planned to rob a number of shops in the Isipingo area in the south of Durban. And as a result of that, the police then went over there and waited for the suspects. And when the police saw the suspect, they then opened fire. And of course, we understand that this is where the gunfire ensued. And as I'm talking to you right now, Plain, one of the suspects is actually in a police van. He is being grilled by the police. And one of the questions that we actually heard was how many suspects were currently over here. But of course, we cannot divulge that information of yet. And we've now been able to maintain that the suspects could not flee because a neighbor's dog was actually to pounce on him and actually beat him a number of times before the police could actually get to him. But with me to tell me more about what happened here earlier on, I've got the SABC spokesperson Ngobile in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Thank you very much for your time, Ngobile. I mean, this is riveting. The police have been working here since the early hours of the morning, and we understand that the gunshots and the shooting has actually gone on for over 8 hours now.
Yes, we've been here since the early hours of the morning, and whilst we were still busy at the main crime scene where a total of 7 suspects were fatally shot, we had gunshots emanating from the other side, not far from the main crime scene, where 2 suspects opened fire at the police officers, and there was an exchange of gunfire. As a result, 2 more suspects were declared dead at the scene.
I mean, quick thinking by the police, what did the police were able to take from the suspects?
Firearms like rifles, pistols, as well as explosives and breaking implements were found in possession of the suspects.
And I understand that one of the suspects has been nabbed by the police. Tell us what happened there.
Yes, there is a suspect, a 29-year-old suspect that has been arrested, and he is due to appear in court next week.
And most importantly, we understand that you said there were about 20 suspects that you are currently chasing at the moment. What do we know about that chasing?
Yes, there were a group of suspects, a group of more than 10 suspects that were involved in this shooting incident, and the remaining suspects are still being sought by police.
And of course, most importantly, whilst you and I were busy talking this morning, having our live crossing, talking on TV lives, we actually heard gunshots and the police were busy firing at some of the suspects. What's the latest on that?
Yes, whilst the police officers were still busy on the other side of the crime scene where there is a body behind us, there were 2 suspects that opened fire at the police officers, and then there was an exchange of gunfire. As a result, those 2 suspects were declared dead at the scene.
And Captain, lastly, there is a body just behind us there. It's one of the suspects. What happened there?
Yes, that body, the suspect was was part of that group that was killed earlier on. That group of 7 suspects that were fatally shot.
And which SABC units were involved in this manhunt or in this foiled robbery?
It was crime intelligence, task force, and also the K9 unit.
And what do we know about the shops that were being robbed in the early hours of this morning?
No robberies took place. The police officers just foiled the robbery. They were at the scene before the suspects could commit a robbery.
Thank you very much. That's Captain Ngobile from the KZN SABC, the spokesperson, just giving us an overview as to what transpired in the early hours of this morning. Like I mentioned to you, Blaine, that's currently only the SABC is here at the scene. The scene is still active, and we've gotten word from the SABC that they are busy at the moment chasing a number of other suspects. Of course, they did mention that there was over 10 suspects that managed to flee in the early hours of this morning, and about 10 or 17 minutes ago, 2 of the suspects were actually gunned down. Now, they are currently at a warehouse just 3 minutes away from where I'm standing. They are now waiting for the pathology service, and some of the evidence seem to come and sort of like a cone the scene and ensure that each and every evidence is gotten by the police plane.
All right, Mlu, great reporting. Thank you very much indeed for keeping us up to date. As you heard there, initially we were told that there's about 20 suspects, 9 of whom were shot dead by police. And that's the very latest coming out from KwaZulu-Natal with regards to this robbery in Isipingo. Mlungisi Khumalo reporting live.